Hello and welcome to Buddhist Door Global's weekly news highlight. I'm Dr. Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for BDG. This week we highlight the news that Buddhists in Japan are turning to new and innovative ways to generate revenue amid the coronavirus pandemic. For more on Japan's Buddhist temples, we'll look back at past reporting and features on the changing face of Buddhism in Japan. But first, the news. With the popularity of Buddhism in Japan already receding in recent decades, the coronavirus pandemic has forced many temples to be creative to maintain revenue. A number of innovations and new takes on old practices have helped keep Japan's approximately 77,000 Buddhist temples operating. From the creation of a new Zen meditation app to hosting online memorials and partnering with local sake or rice winemakers. Ryoko-san Inn, a Zen temple in Kyoto, has introduced a meditation app that has already been downloaded more than 15,000 times. The temple uses the app to organize online Zen meditations, which it calls the cloud sitting. Another temple, Tsukiji Hongwanji in Tokyo, which follows the Jodo Shinshu school, has also found innovative ways to carry on through the pandemic. In May of last year, when the pandemic first began to spread widely in the country, the temple began offering online memorial services so that the family and friends of the deceased could attend while maintaining social distancing. Since then, the temple has offered around 70 online memorial services, or nearly 2 per week. Yujin Yasunaga, a representative director and priest at the temple, said that they have ventured into other new services as well, including matchmaking and yoga classes. Along the famous Shikoku pilgrimage route, a circular route visiting some 88 temples on Japan's southwestern island of Shikoku, Buddhists are teaming up with local sake makers for mutual promotion. Some 50 sake makers on the island have agreed to print labels depicting the 88 temples in a bid to enhance the status of the pilgrimage for possible listing as a World Heritage Site. A portion of proceeds from the sale of the sake will go to the pilgrimage tour office to offset the losses that they have faced during the pandemic, as fewer pilgrims have taken part in the journey. In Japan, both Buddhism and Shinto are widespread, with some 79.2% of the population identifying as practitioners of Shinto and 66.8% practicing Buddhism. At the same time, a majority of the population identifies as atheist. This may be because, as scholar Dr. Jason Ananda Josephson has noted, the Japanese word for religion, shukyo, was only introduced in the 19th century as a response to colonialist influences and thus does not hold the same meaning as found in English. In 2015, a report suggested that Japan's Buddhism is approaching a point of crisis. As demographics shift and rural participation at temples wanes, more than 1/3 of Japan's temples may close by 2040. Over the last several years, Buddhists in Japan have embarked on a number of unique ways to promote the religion and increase funding, from sutra chanting competitions and fashion shows to funeral services for robot dogs. At Buddhist Door Global, we have reported on all of these, as well as the many ways that Japanese Buddhists have offered an outpouring of support to individuals and communities in need, especially during the pandemic. While Buddhism may seem to be in decline in Japan, this vibrant tradition with over 1,000 years of history in the country is also quite capable of growing into the changing needs of the people there. As it does so, Buddhists will carry on the ancient struggle of maintaining tradition as it adapts, taking on new practices and offering new twists on old ones. As always, we'll be watching to see what develops, and we will be certain to share what we learn with you along the way. If you have any thoughts, questions, or insights you would like to share on this or any of our Buddhist Door Global news highlights, please leave us a comment below. And as always, be sure to check out our website, buddhistdoor.net, for more on this story, as well as other news and features about Buddhism from around the world.